What's up guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome to my Survivor Series War Game predictions. Yeah, that's about it. I'm going to jump right into the women's War Game match, which I think is completely pointless. It's just putting feuds together to fill a War Games match. It didn't need to happen. That's why I don't like gimmick pay-per-views like this. I'm glad they got rid of Hell in a Cell. I like the Royal Rumble. I think that's needed. Same with Elimination Chamber, somewhat. Stuff like TLC was just a waste of time. You should just have that randomly. I think you should still have Hell in a Cell's matches, like just when a feud calls for it, like Punk versus Drew was perfect. I'm fine with it being at Judgment Day, because that's a much better pay-per-view. I don't like Hell in a Cell as a concept, but yeah, I would just rather than have them when it's needed. Same with War Games, honestly, I think. Or just moving it to like bi-yearly, so every other year or something like that. You know, the women didn't need one this year. It didn't really make sense for them to have one. The men's side, yeah, I get it. Again, could have been 4-on-4, but I'm fine with how it is now. But yeah, I'm going to hop into the women's one, which is on the good side. We got Rhea Ripley, Bianca Belair, Naomi, Io Sky, and replacing Jade Cargill after her car accident, Bailey. And then on the bad side, you got Liv and Raquel, you got Nia and Tiffany, and then you got Candice LeRae. Now, judging off of those two teams, you would instantly jump on the babyface team winning. You know, you got Rhea and Bianca, are two of the most powerful women on the roster, and then you got Io and Bailey, recent women's champions. Naomi, former women's champion. On the other side, you got Liv, who, you know, she's a women's champion, but she's smaller. You got Raquel, who isn't really a threat. Rhea's been battering the two of them together. Nia and Tiffy, there's some sort of weird stuff going on there. Candice isn't the strongest, you know. They do have both women's champions, and I am going to go for that side, even though I just said I wouldn't instantly go for them, because I just think that's how the card's going to shape up, and that we need a heel win on the card. Although I think there will be other ones. I just think for the War Games matches, there needs to be one, and I think they need to be proven as a more dominant threat, like Liv and Raquel. They don't threaten Rhea as much as they should, you know, things like that. That's what I think is going to happen. Now, getting into the rest of the card, getting into a bit of stuff happening elsewhere. Obviously, Cody Rhodes is not on this card for the first time in a long time, which is another reason why 5-match pay-per-views are just not necessary. So yeah, he's not on a pay-per-view card, which is weird, but he will be main event in Saturday night's main event against Kevin Owens for his undisputed WWE Championship. I don't know why I showed you that, because it's not actually the right title. We did see on Friday night on SmackDown that he did take down Carmelo Hayes. They sort of squashed their bit of beef going on there. I would love to see heel Cody. If that comes out, that'd be great. But yeah, we'll get him out there for now. But yeah, Kevin Owens versus Cody Rhodes at Saturday night's main event. Kevin Owens, I wouldn't even call him a heel, because I think his heel turn is just so justified, you know. He's clearly in the right about this. He was defending Cody against the Bloodline for so long at WrestleMania 39 and so on throughout the year. And then Cody goes and helps Roman, you know. When he needs it, he jumps at it. So I think it's really justified. I think this is the most in danger Cody's title has been during his reign. This is the most legitimate threat to it, I think. And honestly, I wouldn't be mad if Kevin went and won it. I think it would be really interesting if Kevin won. Cody can pick it back up along the way to WrestleMania, obviously, because I think he'll face The Rock, maybe. Could be Roman again. I don't see it, though. Maybe even Randy. Probably not. The Rock is the one who I think at the minute, but obviously it could swerve. Maybe Jacob, although I think he's been fighting him in dark matches. But yeah, I'm not sure about that one. I'm not going to predict anything because it's not actually on the card. I would like to see Kevin win, in all honesty, but you know, we see that happening. But again, on to Friday Night SmackDown. Andrade was defeated by Shinsuke Nakamura, who we've seen vignettes and stuff of him, and I'm really glad to see Shinsuke on a card again. I know some people call him washed and weren't happy to see him on the card. I'm happy to see the mid-card titles both on the card. Obviously the tag titles don't get that same luck. Will they ever be back on pay-per-view? Will the Motor City Machine Guns ever feature on a WWE pay-per-view? Well, they probably will at WrestleMania, but outside of that, doesn't seem likely at the minute. Maybe at the Rumble. Why not? But yeah, we got LA Knight versus Shinsuke Nakamura. I wanted Shinsuke to win the world title off of Rollins last summer or whenever it was. I wanted Balor to win it before that. I wanted Shinsuke to win it because I just like to see him have a reign. Vince ruined him. Why did he not win at WrestleMania 34? That is one of the worst booking decisions in recent memory that I can think of. I would, if I could change one WrestleMania match, that would be up there. Obviously, the streak would be first, then that. Booker T versus Triple H, probably switch that around as well. There's others in there that you could think of, but they spring to mind. I would like to see Shinsuke win this. I don't think he will, though. I predict a LA Knight retain here. Because I think he looked really strong in the triple threat at Crown Jewel, and I just don't see Shinsuke winning. Shinsuke came out on top of their encounter on SmackDown last night. He sprayed him with a mist, and the old Triple H rule is if you come out on top on the go-home show, you are going to lose on the pay-per-view. On to the next mid-card title, we have Braun Breaker, the champion, defending in a triple threat against Sheamus and Ludwig Kaiser. Both opponents I would like to see win the title. Kaiser, him getting a push would be great. It'd nice to see Vinci have the same treatment on SmackDown instead of just stuck in catering, but we'll see how that goes. They didn't have to break up, I didn't think. The Imperium split was pretty useless. I know there's some rumours about Vinci going for Kaiser's girlfriend and stuff like that, but you know, maybe that's why they split. They might have some stuff going on in real life, which is the reason behind it. But yeah, I don't think he'll win the title yet. I think it's nice to see him in these areas. Same with Sheamus. I'm glad that he's still in and around the IC title scene, and I would like to see Sheamus win the IC title to become a Grand Slam champion, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, that's true, right? Tag team champ with Cesaro, United States champion. I can't really think of when, but he definitely was, like 2012 sort of time. He's been world champion, he's been WWE champion, he's held all the titles, except for this one, just like John Cena, another man who hasn't won the IC title. Undertaker never won it, right? I don't think Undertaker ever won it. Probably quite a few guys never won it. Some people just never hit the mid-card, so to speak, you know. Some guys just went straight to the top, and I think Braun Breaker could have done that. I don't think he really needs this title reign, but I think he will retain in this one and carry the title probably till Mania at this stage. I don't know, maybe. I mean, I would like to see Sheamus win it. I would like to see Sheamus win it at Mania, though, to be honest. Whether that would be against Braun Breaker, who knows? Maybe that's where they're building to. Into the World Heavyweight. The World Heavyweight title match will bring these guys a bit closer. Damian Priest and the champion Gunther. I'm a big fan of this feud. I thought their match at SummerSlam was really good. Some of the psychology and the whole Finn interfering and then Priest looking up at the screen, that was really smart. I liked that. I do like a bit of intelligent wrestling. You know, when they sort of not break the fourth wall, but you know, they use things that are there to see and take advantage of, you know. Not take advantage of, but yeah, I'd like to see referees doing stuff like that, like seeing replays on big screens and stuff like that. But yeah, really like this feud. Gunther's actually showed some vulnerability, you know. Where Priest looked really good as well. I thought he looked really good in his world title reign, and I wouldn't be mad if he won it here. I don't think he will. I do think Gunther will retain, but I'm glad to see Gunther show a bit of vulnerability and that he isn't invincible. You know, Priest's promo backstage when he attacked him and said, "In the ring you're a general, but on the streets I'm a champ," or whatever he said. He said something about on the streets, because going back to when Gunther called him street trash and all that. So yeah, I wouldn't be against another Priest title reign. I think I'm glad that he's still in and around this sort of spot. Obviously, we thought it could have been good old CM Punk over there in this match, but he isn't. He's obviously in the last match. But yeah, it's good to see Gunther isn't invincible, like I've said a couple times now, because I do think he will go on to face John Cena at WrestleMania as it stands. That is my prediction. that is what I said in my fantasy booking video. If you want to go watch that, I am planning on doing the second part of that sometime soon. I've got to get it out before January, before it actually starts. And it's going to be 3 parts, so look out for them when they do come. So yeah, I do think that's what will happen at Mania, and, you know, showing some vulnerability and weakness, not weakness, but, you know, that sort of thing, that he's beatable, is a good thing, so he doesn't seem like he's squashed by Super Cena. And I don't care. Gunther can take a loss. He took a loss against Sami Zayn, and now he's world champion. You know, he took a loss against Ilya Dragunov, and then he was IC champion for 600 days. So he's doing okay, at the very least. So yeah, I think Gunther will retain. But I wouldn't be mad if he didn't. You know? And then on to the main event, the men's Survivor Series War Games match. As I said, I didn't think it needed to be a 5-on-5. 4-on-4 would have sufficed, obviously. You've got Jay, Jimmy, Sammy, Roman, and then on the Bloodline side, you would have had Solo, Jacob, Fatu, Tanga Tonga, and Tonga Loa. I think that would have sufficed, but I do like the picks they've made. Obviously, we got CM Punk because Paul Heyman made the call. Punk said, I'm doing it for him, all that, I like that. And Bronson Reed, good choice on the OG Bloodline side. I don't know who else would have joined in. Obviously, The Rock was one floating about, but he was never going to work a War Games match. And I'm glad that they didn't just add another feud in to make it 5 men, to add Rollins in on this team, because Rollins should never be teaming with Roman again, really, I don't think, because of their history and all that stuff. So yeah, that's where I stand on it. But I think the choices were good to make it a 5-man, so I'm happy with that. I think Bronson's going to look really strong in this match. I think Jacob should look really strong in this match. Hopefully Solo shows that sort of personality that he has been as of late. You know, we've seen him on dark matches with Cody, like just doing mental emotes in the air while he's getting powerbombed and stuff. I think he's better when he's like that. As a serious character, he not so much. You know, I get he's a heel, but he doesn't come across as likable when he's doing sort of the more funny stuff, like when he got tickets to the show. I think as of late, he's been much better, and his character work has been better. And obviously, we saw them pick up the win at Crown Jewel, but I think this time the OG Bloodline have to win in War Games. Obviously, it's only one fall. I love War Games matches. They're very interesting, and it starts at 11 p.m. over here in the UK, 12 a.m. or midnight official starting time, but it's an hour before when it usually starts at 1, so that's nice. I appreciate that, Paul. I'm guessing it's not Triple H's decision, but, you know, whatever. Maybe that'll be what it is like on Netflix going forwards. That's why it's changed. Hopefully that is what it is. But yeah, I think this match will be really good. It'll be interesting to see what order they come out in. I could see Jay starting it off, you know, because he's so hot at the minute. I could see Sammy starting it off. Sammy, maybe Tama Tonga is my prediction to start it off for the for the new Bloodline, sorry. And I'll go for Jay on the new Bloodline side, on the OG Bloodline side. I'm getting mixed up there. But yeah, I do think the OG Bloodline will come out on top. Who gets the pin? CM Punk? Does CM Punk get the pin? I would like to see Punk get the pin. Obviously, Roman is likely to get it, I would say. Jay as well, because of how he's been, you know, how red hot he is. Jimmy, I don't see him picking up the pin, so it'd be nice if Jimmy did get the pin in this one. Sammy, again, another pretty strong option, but I don't think it'll be Sammy. I would like to see it be Punk, you know. I think it'd make it interesting and lead to more stories down the line. CM Punk versus Roman Reigns is a match I want to see, definitely. I want to see CM Punk versus everyone. The guy's incredible. To come back after, what, like 7 years out, and he's been putting on some serious match of the year contenders every single year since he's been back. His match with Eddie Kingston, his match with MJF. I'm forgetting one. His match with Samoa Joe in 2023. And then this year, Drew versus Punk. That's match of the year for me so far. So yeah, he's had 4 match of the year contenders across 4 years he's been back. And that will only continue, hopefully, you know, at WrestleMania. Who does he face at Mania? Seth Rollins? I hope so. You know, we don't know where it will go. He could face Cena at WrestleMania. He could face anyone. But yeah, I'm just talking shit now. So yeah, that's my predictions. The OG Bloodline to win in the War Games, as well as Liv, Raquel, Nia, Tiffy, and Candice to win in the Women's War Games for the bad guys, the bad girls, I suppose. Braun, Gunther, and LA Knight all to retain their titles, and Kevin Owens to win the WWE Undisputed Championship, Undisputed WWE Championship at Saturday Night Live. That's what Saturday Night Live, Saturday Night's Main Event. That's what I'd like to see. Really tricky one to predict. Maybe I'll predict that when it does come out, when it does happen, even in like 2 weeks' time, 3 weeks' time, because we're not getting a full pay-per-view in December. We're not getting one in January either, because it's on February 1st. But yeah, I'm going to stop talking. I hope you enjoy Survivor Series, the final pay-per-view of the year, if you don't count Saturday Night's Main Event. Let me know your predictions down below, as well as any other videos you would like to see me post. I will definitely get to them. If you've enjoyed, like the video and subscribe. Trying to get to 300 before the turn of the year. Seems unlikely now, less than a month to go. You know, I need about a subscriber a day. So maybe I'll try and post a video a day. We'll see, I don't know. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you've enjoyed, and I'll see you later. Goodbye.